What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're focusing on the Tampa Bay Lightning trading for Jason Garrison from the Vancouver Canucks as Vancouver goes through a complete and total rebuild. I like the move from Tampa's perspective. They got him pretty much on the cheap. They got a second round pick. They gave up a second round pick for him, and they got the rights to Jeff Costello and a seventh rounder in exchange for Garrison. I like what they're getting in him. Booming shot from the point that'll definitely benefit their power play. And he's played in the state of Florida and played well in the state of Florida. As a member of the Panthers, and he had 16 goals for the Panthers only 2 years ago. So I mean, you really can't sleep on him that much. In Costello played at Notre Dame, 22 points this year. I don't know if they'll sign him or not, but a little more organizational depth, I guess. But looking at it from the X's and O's standpoint with the Lightning, you look at the year that Victor Hedman had, put himself in the top 10 for the Norris Trophy and, established himself as, I think he'll be a perennial candidate. Matt Carl, for all his faults, played relatively well. And now you got a third option back there, and Tampa wants to go for it. Just because Marty St. Louis asked out doesn't mean that they don't want to have a perennial contender and surround their franchise player with such talent. In Steven Stamkos, and you look at the re-signing Ryan Callahan, re-upping Palat and Tyler Johnson before they can get to restricted free agency. You look at keeping JT Brown in the fold, just moves like that, and then going out there and making a pretty big splash for Garrison, getting him on the cheap too. He was a highly sought after free agent 2 years ago. After having 16 goals for the Panthers, I know he's struggled in Vancouver since then, but I think he's a hell of a pickup, and he'll benefit the Lightning greatly. And you look at from Vancouver's perspective, they're completely rebuilding, opening up cap space. They must be making a run for LeBron James, and acquiring draft picks to further the rebuild. But I think, Tampa wins this trade going away because I had them signing him. I had them as a dark horse to sign him 2 years ago as a free agent, and they obviously didn't. But they got him now, and they're going to we'll see what happens next year in Tampa. The bright lights are on them. They have a Vezina caliber goalie, a defenseman, a 23-year-old defenseman that could legitimately be in the Norris Trophy conversation for the next 15 years, and the game's preeminent sniper in Steven Stamkos. So adding another piece of the puzzle is big, and we'll see what happens as free agency moves on, and if there are any more moves to be made for the Lightning. I don't think Yzerman's done yet. I think there's at least going to be a few more acquisitions made, and we'll see how they affect Tampa's chances to be a contender in the Eastern Conference next year. Anyway, that's our next episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Tampa Bay Lightning acquiring Jason Garrison. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the playoffs, or throughout the off season, and beyond. Later, guys.